Okay, I'm looking at a job called Park North. It's damaged concrete patios. This is for Northwest Management Group. What I'm doing is I'm looking at this property and determining what is priority and what is secondary. So I'm going to be walking through these backyards to look at what areas are primary concrete patios to repair this year and which ones can be put off to maybe next year or in the future. And I'm going to give a price for both. The priority ones, like I said, are areas that they're wanting to do this year. And then the green areas will be secondary. Northwest Management has collected a couple different prices from different companies, but they really wanted to see if they could use our services. So I'm going to see what we can do here. Okay, so I was just talking to one of the board members. His name's Paul. I'm glad I stopped and introduced myself because he was saying that I don't need to go through all the buildings in the front. He said all the buildings in the front, their patios should be good to go. That's the front area right up there. I just came back. I'm circling around back here to where this pond area is. He said that these patios look like they're going to be fine. Shouldn't be any real damages to any of these. You can see there's a little bit of cracking here. You got tree roots that are coming up through the lawn, and they're probably making their way towards some of these patios. But as you can see, they're not bad. There's a crack there. There's a crack there in this one. But those will just be secondary things that we probably won't have to worry about. They're really concerned about the ones that are cracking and becoming a safety hazard. So here's the pond area. I get up here. He said these are some to really focus on up in this area. So we're going to go take a look real quick. So for reference, I'm on the south end of the property where this long road is. And then you've got the speed bump here, and just to the right where the units are. We're going to go back and look. On the aerial map, I'll have it marked as far as, which ones need to be repaired. So far, this one, it's cracking on the end right there, so I can imagine that potentially being one because of that. It doesn't look like the whole thing needs to be fixed, though. It's only that corner piece that's broken. So I'm thinking that piece will probably come right out, and then we can do a little saw cut right on the edge there and do this little 3x3 piece right here. It's going to be less than that, but let's just use 3x3 as an example. So that's on the first unit here. Okay, so that needs to be replaced. You can see like this one might have been replaced at one time. They just fixed everything. But, it just doesn't look like that whole thing needs to be replaced. It just looks like this little section might just need a little cut right there and fix. Okay. Through here, you've got other concrete. Looks like this one's got a crack in it too, right there. That one's got a crack. It's not major. You see this one was redone at one point. Now that I'm walking through, I'm noticing that probably if they had a crack, they probably just replaced all of it. So here's one, same situation, where if you fix that one piece, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, and it'd be fine. But I am noticing that they repoured the whole thing. So I'm going to do 2 measurements on this. These look fine. This one has a crack in it. And it's got pavers over there, but probably needs to be considered as a repair because of that crack. So let's see here. Okay, so from the main road out there, you got the pond here. You got the first unit, which has 1, 2, 3, 4 patios, and then you've got 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're going to assume this one as being a repair. So we'll assume a 14 by 4. 14 by 4. The steps are probably all poured as one. I take that back. I just looked at those steps right there, and this patio in the front is different. Over here, it's kind of hard to tell. It kind of looks like it. Yeah, it's hard to tell. But I'm gonna say, okay. So on the 7th patio, we're gonna go a 14. It's like a 14 by 6. 14 by 6. You got 4 inches of concrete, but then you also have 2 steps here that we're gonna have to put in. Each one is 6 inches. Should be about 6 inches if they went to the correct height. So the steps, you got the original pad, which is a 14 by 6. Then you've got a 13 foot by 24 inch step. 13 foot by 2 foot, I should say. 13 foot by 2 foot step. That's 6 inches tall. And then it goes back a foot. So then now you've got 12 feet. A 12 foot by 1 foot step that's 6 inches tall. So 6 inches tall, 6 inches tall. And then down here at the bottom, it'll just be, actually it'll be 5 inches tall on the bottom there. Same thing here. We're going to go with the same exact dimensions. This one needs to be removed and replaced at the 6th location. So the 6th unit here. The 5th one here looks good. It looks like it was already redone at one point. Okay, so that one was redone. This one here looks like it's holding up. It's got some cracks on it. But the 3rd one looks like it needs to be repaired. So we're going to use the same dimensions on the 3rd one. The 4th one, we'll probably do the same dimensions on the 4th one too. So it's going to be the 3rd one, the 4th one, and the 6th one will need repairs. Okay, so yeah, the 3rd one will all get removed and replaced. This one right here, I'm going to take this one off the list. It's got a crack in it. This will be considered a secondary one, okay? But that one that I looked at and the one next to it at the 6th and 7th unit there, those are critical ones. Those will be part of the critical repairs to do this year. All right, so I'm going to walk up through the area here. And while I'm at it, I'm noticing that's a crack down there, but it's not a trip hazard. This right here, this is kind of a trip hazard. Needs to be filled in with concrete, but I'm not going to address that yet. That actually should be filled with like that Duraset or something. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that yet. Okay, so I'm back around the main drive aisle here. All this paving was done by AC Moat, by the way. And it actually looks pretty decent. Okay, so now we're going to take a quick look behind these units to see what the patios look like back here real quick. Okay, so now I went between the units here. I'm at the playground. So when you see the aerial map, you'll see the playground from up above. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units here at this one building. This one needs to be replaced. This one will be kind of tricky because, I mean, look at all the roots that are growing towards the unit there. It's damaged. It's got the same dimensions as all the other ones, but it needs to be replaced. And quickest way to get there, easiest way, is right through this landscaped area out to the road, which is about probably 40 feet away. So you got that one there. That's about 40 feet away. So as you go past the pond and you make your way back and you come up the road, off to your left is that unit where the playground is. This is probably the best location. Line pump, we'll need a line pump for sure on these jobs, but we should be able to carry out, we'll probably have to do it by hand, but we'll jackhammer out and saw cut these areas, take it by hand, wheelbarrow, whatever, come up through the landscape here. And I think as long as we stay in the dirt area, I think we could probably minimize the amount of restoration we need to do in here, but we'll have to do a little bit of restoration on the dirt, raking it up and stuff. I think we'll be able to avoid the grass to where we won't have to fix the grass. Okay, but that's that repair right there on the corner. Come up to the road. All right, and then I'm at the top. They said these units back here, we don't have to worry about those. I think he said they're made out of wood. Well, let me check the stairways here. You got some asphalt damage here in different places, but other than that, I think concrete and all that is good. We're not doing concrete curbing for now. For now, we're just focusing on concrete patios. Okay, so now that I'm at the top, I'm gonna take one look up the hill here. So this is at the top of the hill. You got this, what looks like a community area here, right here at the top. I'm coming up the grass here, looking into the back, these patios here, and Paul lives in one of these. He said there really wasn't any issues with patios back here, so I think we're good here. It was just that one by the playground that I saw. So the one by the playground, and then those other ones that are down by the pond. So I really think that's it. I don't think there's really... There was one that was secondary, I told you earlier, that could maybe be done at a later date because it's just one crack going through it. But really it's those ones along the pond here, right on the back side of these buildings, that need to be taken care of right away. I think that's the immediate need for now. Right back through here is where that playground is. So as you come through, you circle around here, you go up the hill, right off to the left there. Was that repair at the playground? I'm gonna check one last area, and that's gonna be these units right here at J. Okay, so the units at J were fine. It's just these ones out here at H. Well, this one's H, building H, and then that one's, I think it's I. Yeah, that one's I. So it's at H and I that the repairs are, and that's it. Okay, so I'm back here at the pond area. Back here at the pond. So as you come through the main entrance and you come around the corner, it'll be right here where we could park and then run the line pump back through the backyard here to those areas. There'll probably be a little bit of restoration to do here because of all the foot traffic back and forth. So we'll probably have a little bit of grass restore all through these units here. Distance wise, the farthest distance is probably about 160, 180 feet from here. Okay, I think that's it. So any questions, let me know. Type of finish on it, just broom finish. I don't think we had to do exposed aggregate on anything because none of it looks like it's exposed aggregate. It doesn't look like a heavy broom finish. It doesn't even look like exposed aggregate, but this is the typical look here. Okay, so I just noticed something as I was walking up here. This is a huge trip hazard right here, so I'm gonna add this to the bed because that's not good. I don't even think you can grind it like they did those. So right here at F4, you come into the main entrance, you take a left, and before you get to this long stretch where the pond is, you've got F4. This concrete ramp that goes up to that patio needs to be removed and replaced. Okay, and this is a 7x4. Okay, 7x4, 4 inches of concrete, a light broom finish to it. Okay, these ones, they've had a hand grinder to them already. You can see the light spots. And now that should be it. That should be everything. I don't think I need to look at anything else. I think those are all the repairs. If I miss something, then I think the contractor can, or the property manager can let me know. But I don't see anything else that needs to be done. Nope, we're good. Okay, thanks.